Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Alpha Protocol. The thread voted to treat Mr. Albara in the upcoming mission with scorn and contempt, by which I mean we're going to taunt him, which for some reason is in the swab node. So, we're going to have a conversation mission that's basically made out of sass. Yes, and the email. Okay. We also got some intel for going on this mission. I wanted to show that off quickly, or as quickly as I could before jumping out here. At the end of the Chateau mission, we got Jabril Albara's secret fact, which says that he is, in fact, a cell leader in Al Samad. He's a bad guy, a terrorist. Gee, maybe we should have shot him. But, you know, we had that conflicting information, and it's hard to go on sources that are not actually sourced. We've already been over that in the thread, though, so... Meanwhile, we also got some information on Conrad Marburg, who I really want to keep calling Comrade, but that would be in Moscow. Anyway, he is a field agent with some explosive experience. Not just a pencil pusher. And kind of seems like a older, uglier version of Michael Thornton if he'd gone with the private sector. But off we go on our mission.
No sign of Albara yet.
Maybe he stood you up.
I've never been stood up in my life.
Someone has a high opinion of themselves.
I'm just stating the facts. Sorry, that's...
Switch off your transmitter. If you reach for your gun, one of my men will put a bullet in your skull.
Let me guess. This was your table.
Don't make me repeat myself. Perhaps you thought you could enter Rome under the radar. You almost did. But you broadcast your location. Eventually.
Guess I'll have to work on my timing. I can be more subtle if need be.
That's no longer necessary.
You're right. It got you here, didn't it? And now we're having this conversation. I must be doing something right to have you come visit me in person.
You aren't here in an official capacity. You are operating under Alpha Protocol.
Interesting. Considering the program's secret, I would have expected you to say traitor, unless you have insider knowledge.
If you think you're the first to be abandoned by your government, you would be wrong. You are Michael Thornton. Straight out of Langley. Perhaps they felt the untouchables approach would benefit them.
I'm an operative now. After Saudi, I had to change my 5-year plan. I'm guessing you're here to confirm the file you have on me. Anything else you need to check?
Reports place you as someone loyal to your country and who believes in carrying their missions through.
Is that so odd?
In today's day and age, yes. But not to me. And you were the one who crossed paths with a German mercenary in Moscow. Z.
I get around, and she was a little insistent we get together.
I am not surprised. She is a mercenary, but hardly professional, or discreet, it seems.
Do I sense a lover's quarrel?
No, merely contract dispute.
So you know a great deal about me, and I know who you are. You're Leyland's right-hand man, his lackey, toady, henchman. And you wear those gloves to keep the blood off your hands. I've read your dossier. You've lived a full life. Kuwait, South Africa, that oil refinery explosion in Moscow. It's like a concert tour with you.
Yes. You, on the other hand, have managed to enter Rome quietly. I didn't know you were here until an hour ago. You're skilled at keeping a low profile. No murders, no public announcement. Very impressive.
What happened to Albara?
Dead, of course. Once you'd ID'd him, well, his use to me was at an end. In less than a day's time, you have already managed to cause me considerable inconvenience. Now, tell me what you're doing here.
Look, old man, you can talk big all you want, but at the end of the day, you're a corporate drone collecting a paycheck. You answer to a cardboard cutout half your age with the fashion sense of a screaming child. He spends thousands on his fucking hair. I may be on the run, but I'm a lot better off than you, some monkey in a suit who can't even talk and click his pen at the same time. What I don't understand, though, is why we're talking at all, unless keeping me alive is important for some reason.
I have orders, and I am a cautious person.
So this is a social call, warning me away? That's polite of you.
I believe you have nowhere to go for help. In that situation, it is a rare man who goes to his enemy's door. So, yes, this is a social call. A warning. You have proven yourself capable, but pursuing this course of action will not serve you any longer. Go underground, hide, but stay out of our way.
Or else what?
Or people you care about will start to die. We know you've been in contact with one of your fellow agents. That contact will die if you persist, and then we will kill you.
I'm alone. I'm not in contact with anyone. Certainly not the agency that cast me out.
Your denial just adds to the evidence.
So we're done here. I leave Rome, leave you to your plan, and that's it.
Yes. What you do next is up to you, but there are only two immediate choices. Leave, you live. Stay, you die.
Why should I negotiate with you? How long will it be before they have a new chief of security, new secrets? You're just getting set up like I was.
You are ignorant. Halbeck is not the same hierarchy as your organization, and the term loyalty is not used there lightly. Leave Rome. If we see each other again, it will be the last time.
So, we finally meet Conrad Marburg. Oh, I just fucking said it. Conrad Marburg. And he's a D-bag.
I confess, you slipped into Rome almost without us noticing. You were even more difficult to track after that.
Between Halbeck and local authorities, the locals were the tough ones.
No matter. Mr. Marburg found you. That must have been a surprise, meeting up for lunch like that.
There wasn't much time to eat, actually. He was too busy talking, and I was too busy keeping my hands where he could see them.
Huh. So a normal business lunch, then. I'd be curious to hear more, and your first impression of Mr. Marburg. What did you discuss?
We discussed business. Turns out both of us have experience with abuse of authority.
He described you as a man of your word. Patriotic, I believe, also came into the conversation. But Mr. Marburg was not always the best judge of character. Nor does he instill much loyalty in employees. Speaking of which, this woman entered the picture not long after your meeting with Marburg. She was in our office in Rome. Madison, I believe.
Yes.
I always wondered, did you ever regret getting her into this?
It wasn't my choice.
Oh, Mike. In the end, it was.
Mike, we may have a problem. The VCI employee I mentioned before, Madison, I think she's going to act.
What do you mean, now?
She's calling the operator and asking for you by name.
She can't be working for Marburg. Unless this is a trap. Who is she calling?
The city directory. And maybe the police next. If she does...
Can you intercept the call? Redirect it?
What? Why?
I want to know why she's looking for me.
Okay, let me patch her through. Operator?
Miss St. James?
Hello? Yes, is this the operator?
No, Miss St. James. This is Michael Thornton.
Oh, thank God. Mr. Thornton, please, you have to listen to me.
I don't believe we've met before. How do you know my name and why are you calling?
I have reason to believe your life is in danger. I know it sounds crazy, but...
You don't say.
I don't want to discuss the details over the phone. This line may be tapped. She is a sharp one. But it's important I speak to you immediately. Is there someplace we can meet?
Of course. I'll send you the address of a local restaurant.
All right. I still have to hail a cab.
I'll have one sent to your cross streets.
Oh, okay.
I'll see you soon, Miss St. James.
So you're finally talking to Miss St. James, Madison, and you may notice that I'm going to jump right into this without pausing to make another episode or ask you anything. Yes, the big shocking surprise is we're going to bone her. Meanwhile, we have some emails. This first one is just more background discussion about Project Georgia, which was the program codename they initiated after Stephen Heck contacted the CIA. There is some mention about an NSA code in here, if I remember correctly, which kind of blurs the line about how much Stephen Heck has to do with this and how much Mina might have to do with this. And speaking of, Mina intercepted a bulk email from Al Samad. I didn't think they had bulk mailing lists, but there's some vague talk about a meeting. So that is probably going to be important at some point in Rome, but we'll worry about that later. Meanwhile, we just have a little intel to buy. Dossier info on Madison. And we're going to look at our intel real quick. You may remember I got a secret fact about Z during the Conrad discussion, but I forget to check it. I'll check it later, don't worry. And we've gotten some intel about Deus Vult, which is the name of Marburg's agency, or agents. It roughly translates to God wills it. And they're basically tools. Not much to say about it, they're not very interesting. Meanwhile, Madison, where are you? Hazri, Madison. It looks like she is Marburg's executive assistant. It's fancy word for secretary. Well, that explains why she has access to this confidential information. And she basically looks like somebody who doesn't know what she's getting herself into. All the more reason that we should drag her further into it and also bone her. Brilliant plan, Mike. Let's get it on.
Thank you for meeting me, Mr. Thornton.
Mike, or Michael is fine. So what's this about someone trying to kill me?
I work for the Veteran Combat Initiative, VCI. They're a global military contractor. My boss, Mr. Marburg, I think he's involved in something illegal. So I checked it out, and your name came up several times in our database.
Well, I'm a popular guy. Maybe Marburg wanted to meet me.
It was cross-linked to several contracts within the VCI. Termination contracts.
Marburg must be jealous of my good looks. Do you have the contracts? That'd be valuable evidence.
Not on me, no.
That would have been too much to hope for, I suppose. No worries, we'll figure this out.
Mr. Thornton, I'm not sure what to do next. Go to the authorities? Is there someone I should notify, or...?
Madison, you did the right thing warning me, and I appreciate it. I probably shouldn't have accepted your call. I think that may make things worse for you.
For me? I think I was a little more worried about you.
And I appreciate it. I'll do whatever I can to protect you.
You need to look out for yourself first. Mike, Marburg is going to try and kill you. What are you going to do?
Miss St. James, you've only been employed by the VCI for a short time, and as Marburg's assistant. That's an important position, especially for a man of his influence.
Yes. I was abroad studying art history, but when it comes to paying the bills, I thought I would apply for an administrative assistant position. The language skills helped. VCI does a lot of work with foreign governments.
My point is, what you discovered is sensitive information. This could prove dangerous for you.
I know.
I need those files. Are they in the VCI branch office?
I don't know what you're looking for, but the VCI office in Rome isn't Marburg's personal office. He does most of his work off-site, or when he travels.
But he's here now, so where would he store the information while in Rome?
He has a villa. I've been there several times. If the files exist, I'm guessing they'd be there.
Along with Marburg.
Yes.
Give me the address. Can you get me in?
What?
Passcodes, details on the security system, anything would be helpful.
I can give you the address, but that other information...
Trust me, if you can get me into the mansion, I'll get the information, and then your boss goes away for good.
Mr. Thornton, Marburg is... I've never seen him angry, but everything about him... He's a dangerous man to cross.
I'll protect you. If he gets by me, then no one can protect you.
All right. Mr. Thornton, I trust you. If I can help you, I will. I can get you the address to the villa, and the names of the files you need to search for.
Then that's all I need. Come with me.
So that's Madison. Somewhat naive, probably the most innocent of the romance options, and probably there as the closest thing to a damsel in distress. But we've got an actual combat mission, and we've got some things to vote on. So I'll see you in the thread, and we'll see you all next time.